Hello, Purple Heart community, and welcome to another day of a season for nonviolence. Today, we center ourselves in the sacred space of compassion. And as we center in this space, we hear the words of the Dalai Lama. He reminds us that love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. And in that spirit, in the spirit of Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching, compassion is something we live. It is something we practice in how we care for ourselves and one another. So I'm inviting you right now to take this moment and just to pause with us before we move into prayer. Just simply breathe. Just allow your heart to soften. And in this sacred space, I invite you to affirm, my heart is open and compassion lives through me. So before we begin, I'm going to invite you to like, subscribe, and share our Prayerful Heart YouTube channel. And download the Prayerful Heart app in your app store if you're in need of personal prayer. Now, let us move into prayer together. So we just take this moment now, anchored in the space of unconditional love, anchored in this space knowing that there is only one life, one power, one presence, and that power, that life, is the spirit of love in action. And I'm acknowledging that love presence as harmonic. I'm acknowledging it filled with wisdom. I'm acknowledging this presence anchored as the foundation of our being. And in that space, I simply know that there is more than enough, and that the presence of compassion fulfills this truth and reveals itself. For it is the intermingling of life expressing itself as infinite good. And so I'm acknowledging this presence right where I am. I'm acknowledging it within every experience. And I know that as we walk this place, in this space of life, that there is a unity in all things, and that there is a sacred blessing unfolding for all beings, that there is the spirit of joy, there is the spirit of peace, and there is the spirit of harmony. And I know that it reveals itself in practical ways, that it moves into sacred areas and sacred spaces, supporting us all in our growth and our evolution. So I'm giving thanks for this wonderful presence. I know that this wonderful presence is filled with altruism, knowing that it is all inclusive, knowing that this presence is revealed in the joy of living. I'm giving thanks for the smiles. I'm giving thanks for the generosity. I'm giving thanks for divine wisdom prevailing and fulfilling itself in practical ways and its creative energy. I'm giving thanks for the cohesiveness of all of life. So what I know is that this means that it works and it sustains itself for all beings, that it is all inclusive. This is the energy of compassion fulfilling itself as the very way of life, the very blessing of life. And I'm giving thanks for its wonderful presence right here, right now, fulfilling itself and enriching itself. And it is in this space with gratitude that I release these words right now into the action of universal law, knowing that it is already complete. And together we affirm and say, and so it is. And in my personal words, I say, and now it is. Amen and Ashe, knowing that these words are powerful in any language. I open my eyes and I just want to take a moment to thank you for being with us. And I want to invite you again to remember to like, to share this YouTube channel if you've been fed. And If you are in need of prayer, please download the Prayerful Heart app in your app store. Thank you.